You don't need a real estate agent to sell your house in Florida. You can absolutely do it yourself. You just have to price it right, market it perfectly, manage showings, negotiate contracts, and keep up with the deadlines while juggling your normal life. Overwhelming, but totally doable. Let's walk through it. The truth is, Florida's market in 2026 is not hot. It's pretty flat. Prices have been steady for a couple of years now, and inventory keeps creeping up. That means more competition and longer days on market. But hey, you don't need an agent for that. You just need time, strategy, and a tolerance for stress. Start with pricing. This is where most people stumble. You go too high, you sit on the market. Go too low, and you leave money on the table. You need to study recent sales, pending listings, and how long homes are sitting in your neighborhood. You'll also want to understand how appraisers view value compared to what buyers see online. Not all square footage is created equal. Once you've got a price, it's time for marketing, because these days, the sign in the yard doesn't do much on its own. You'll need professional photography, not cell phone pictures, not wide angles that make rooms look like football fields. Add a short video tour or drone footage if your home has curb appeal worth showing off. You'll also want to make sure the home is in the right condition for the photos and video, and that major repairs you plan to make are completed prior to photos and videos being taken. Then create your listing description. That means knowing how to sell the story of your home, not just the stats. ChatGPT is great and all, but that won't speak to buyers looking for the next best deal. Buyers skim, and you have about 5 seconds to catch their attention online. Push your listing across every major platform: MLS, Zillow, Realtor.com, your social media channels, and maybe even local Facebook groups. Then keep track of the analytics, feedback, and follow-ups from every showing. Make sure you watch out for lowball investors who will make promises of high dollar figures only to get you under contract and chip away until you're left with nothing and are forced to sell or start over your marketing all over again. Speaking of showings, be ready for brutal honesty. Even the best homes get negative feedback. Too small, too dark, wrong color, old appliances. It's normal, but it stings when it's your house. You'll have to stay professional, keep emotions out of it, and treat every comment as data, not an insult. Once you have a buyer, the real work starts. You'll be using the FAR as-is residential contract, the standard form for Florida real estate. It's about 12 pages long and every line matters. You'll need to understand inspection periods, escrow deposits, financing contingencies, title timelines, and what happens when one of those dates gets missed. You'll also need to manage the flow of disclosures: property disclosure, HOA disclosure, and if your home was built before 1978, the lead-based paint disclosure. Each one of these has legal teeth. Skip a signature or a date, and you can delay or even derail your sale. You'll be responsible for tracking all the deadlines: escrow deposit, inspection, loan approval, and closing date. Miss one, and you might find yourself in breach of contract. When buyers send requests after the inspection, you'll have to decide how to respond. Are you ready to negotiate a new roof, a repipe, or an HVAC replacement? These aren't small ticket items. They can cost thousands, and one misstep can send a buyer walking. Not to mention, if you have anything that changes in the contract, you'll have to make sure to get addendums keeping everyone honest and on track. And make sure to write those correctly and file them. Then there's wiring. Florida has seen a rise in wire fraud. Scammers intercepting emails, posing as title companies, and rerouting funds. One wrong click can cost you your sale proceeds. You'll need to verify every routing number directly with your title company. Never by email alone. That's not paranoia, that's self-preservation. As you move through inspections and financing, you'll be fielding calls, answering questions, and trying to keep everyone calm. The buyer's lender will need documents. The title company will ask for payoffs, surveys, HOA estoppels, and affidavits. Appraisers will schedule visits. Insurance underwriters might need a 4-point inspection. If something's off, like a missing permit, an open code violation, or a lingering lien, you'll be the one chasing it down. You can do it all yourself. It just takes patience, organization, and a working knowledge of Florida real estate law. But let's be real. Selling a home in a flat market isn't about luck. It's about precision. It's about pricing right, marketing hard, handling feedback without flinching, and keeping every piece of paperwork tight. You just have to want to live it for the next couple of months. But if you want it as a done-for-you option, you can call me. I've done it hundreds of times. My team handles the pricing, the marketing, the photos, the contracts, the negotiations, the deadlines, and yes, the emotional roller coaster that comes with selling your home. You still make every decision. We just make sure nothing slips through the cracks while you get on with your life and fight for the best price possible. Either way you choose, make sure to grab my Sunshine State Handbook. It's got more details on Florida's market and a bunch of tips for selling smart. These tips are good with or without a realtor. Just scan the QR code on the screen to download it instantly. Or if you prefer, give me a call at 407-754-6412, and I'll send you the handbook and answer any questions you have about selling your home. I'm Tom McNamara, and this is the Florida Real Estate Insider. You may not need an agent to sell your home, but if you want it priced right, marketed hard, negotiated cleanly, and closed without a meltdown, let's talk.